Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Welcome to the demon level, body slam you through the rubble. Hosted by your demon diva, queen of sad style Lisa. Champions and main events, hot and cold and all your questions right here, so tune right in. 1, 2, 3, we got you pinned.
Hi there, my little demons and divas. Bienvenidos. Welcome back to my channel. ¿Qué es la que hay, mi gente? Estamos activados, estamos encendidos. It is I, Isa, aka the Demon Diva, and today I am here to tell you my 5 favorite moments from this week's episode of Smackdown Live, which I have to say I really had fun watching Smackdown. I thought it was great, but let me not spoil my list, right? I just such a different vibe and mood Fridays from Monday nights when it comes to wrestling. It's just like, it's hard to explain. But before I get into my list, guys, if you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. In addition to that, if you would like to follow me in any of my other social media, it is at NYC Demon Diva on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And the social media that I am active on is linked on the description box below. Also, you guys can find me on Friday nights over on Wrestling Inc. discussing SmackDown Live right after the show. My I just watched the show thoughts. And if you missed it live last night, I will leave a link in the description below, or maybe I will put it up here now that I finally learned how to put it up here. Gotta get fancy with my editing. Alright, so let's talk about this week's episode of SmackDown, where we are trying to build towards WrestleMania and trying to build towards that nasty pit stop that is Fastlane. I feel like if you're not like, have you ever been in like a long road trip? And I'm talking like, I'm trying to think, like maybe when I drove down to see my nephew. He lives in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and I gotta tell you, like, North Carolina is like one of the never-ending longest states to drive through. But like, there's a point where you hit like this road where it's just nothing but trees. My nephew says that you see the same tree 100 times, and that is when you finally decide you have to go to the bathroom. So you get off in the exit, and everything that you see is so shady. You shouldn't get out of the car, but you kind of have to, but you're scared, so you like send somebody your location just in case. That's how I feel about how unnecessary Fastlane is right before WrestleMania. I didn't have to explain all that to just say that I really don't think that Fastlane is a necessary pay-per-view, but I got there. Maybe it just took me a little, I just took the long route, you know. But yeah, on yesterday's episode of SmackDown, we had to build towards Fastlane, we have to build towards WrestleMania, and I thought they did a good job at trying to do just that. So before I just get into it, let's just talk about my 5 favorite moments from this week's episode of SmackDown. And at number 1 is, of course, the choice we have all been waiting for, that didn't necessarily need to take 3 weeks to be made because the women's divisions were never in question at Elimination Chamber. But listen, I'm not gonna point out the negative. We always start with the positive, and that is Bianca finally made her WrestleMania pick, and she has chosen to challenge Sasha Banks in the grandest stage of it all at WrestleMania. This is a dream match in my opinion. I think both of these ladies are going to kill it at WrestleMania. It's so exciting to see 2 women of color fighting it out, and I really hope that they get to main event one of the nights at WrestleMania. Is it predictable? Yeah, but every once in a while, predictable is not a bad thing. We knew that this is who Bianca was picking. We wanted this to be who Bianca picked. I know that you don't, sometimes I don't mind my wrestling predictable when the outcome is something that we all can agree is great. So who wins? That is my question, right? Because I feel like they both need the win. I personally would love to see Bianca win, but I was actually watching who was I watching last night? I think I was watching, I like to support my fellow YouTubers, right? So I make my rounds through YouTube. You'll see me on live chats, you'll see me on comment sections. I think the IWC on YouTube is strong, and there's so many different content creators with so many different outlooks onto things that I always love to stop into everybody's Not everybody's, because it's kind of hard to keep up with, but as many people as I can and show some love and support. And somebody that I actually stopped and watched last night while I was editing my reactions was JD from New York, and he had such a good point in regards to Sasha not losing the belt yet, because I was looking at it like, okay, she successfully defended it, which they never gave her that before, and she had a long reign. But I heard him talk about how it's only been, you know, like, she's only defended it against Carmella. Does that really prove that she's had a strong reign? It kind of doesn't, really. He's right. And in addition to that, I also feel like Bianca has all of this momentum. I said it multiple times. I think that Bianca is it. So I feel like maybe going into WrestleMania and losing might hurt her. But, you know, there's so many people that have lost at WrestleMania and have turned things around and came back. And I think Bianca's capable of that. But I am very torn in regards to who the right choice is. I'm not torn. Okay, I want Bianca to win. But it just really makes you wonder when you look at it from a different perspective. Because I think Sasha Banks is also a star right now. So, I don't know if they booked themselves in a lose-lose situation here, but I don't care because it's for our entertainment, and I think that they're gonna put on such a good match that by the end of it, you're going to be rooting for both of them because they're that good. At number 2, we have to talk about Apollo Crews last night. Oh my god. Oh my, he's in X game mode.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Apollo Crews came out in brand new gear, embracing his real Nigerian background, and I am always here for somebody embracing where they're from and what they're all about. And the promo that he cut was just so well, not only was he well spoken, but like the way that he explained everything was just epic. I love the scarf. I love how it represented the Nigerian flag. I just loved everything about this, and I never really cared for Apollo Crews before in the past, but last night I was captivated. I was 100% there with him. I thought that he was relatable, especially when I was on the Wrestling Inc. podcast talking to Alfred, and Alfred just talked about how much that related to him because he is also a real African American, and you don't hear a lot of people talk about it in that kind of way. So I really appreciated that. It's interesting, it's exciting, and this is the best. That even when he held the US title, he was not interesting, not like this, and I'm here for it. I cannot wait to see what they do with it. But now it's like, are they gonna having feud with Big E? Because again, we just talked about that situation with Bianca and Sasha where Big E needs to hold on to the title a little bit longer, but Apollo has a lot of momentum going his way. So this is what I love about Smackdown. I feel like there's so many possibilities in Smackdown, and you don't have that on Monday Night Raw. You know what I mean? At number 3 is main event Jey Uso. Just keeps like shining every week, and he makes you forget that he's a tag team wrestler. He's not. I see him as a singles competitor now, and that is, I think that's beautiful. Not only did he step up to Daniel Bryan without Roman having to even say anything, which goes to show you, like, you remember back on the beginning when Roman first came back and they started their feud, and Roman had to get into understand that they don't respect their family. Now Jey gets it, and he is 100% in with Roman and knows exactly what they need to do to keep putting food on the table of their families. That fuck with me attitude that Jey Uso has, like, you know, Apollo Crews might have said he's not from the hood, but Jey Uso is, and he is that fuck with me kind of guy, and I absolutely pop for that every time. I am here for his surprise attacks. He did it on Sami Zayn last week. Yesterday it was Daniel Bryan who ended up getting that surprise super kick from out of nowhere. And the main event match against Daniel Bryan was epic. Ended up in a double countout. I like the psychology of, hey, I don't have to beat you, I just can't let you win. I really appreciated that. At number 4, I really just want to say it was the entire show overall. It was booked amazingly. It highlighted some great stars. There's so much character development happening on SmackDown on a weekly basis. It pays fine. The 2 hours were gone before you know it, and you have fun watching it. And not only that, there was so many stars that weren't even on the show. We didn't see Kevin Owens, we didn't see Bayley, we didn't see the tag team champions, we didn't see Big E. Like, to me, it's insane how well SmackDown is doing their job, to where you're not even seeing their entire roster and you're still getting a really good show, but you're still missing some people. Maybe it's the Raw 3 hours, but if you really think about it, if the issue with Raw was that it's 3 hours, then you should be able to enjoy 1 or 2, and you don't. This week, I'm gonna be really honest with you guys, I felt that Raw started strong. The opening promo with The Miz and Bobby Lashley saying, oh, you got 1 hour or else, and then it fell flat for me from there. And I didn't even post reactions. I didn't even do the high fives for Raw because it was really hard to make it through. There was no 5 moments that I enjoyed. And I want wrestling, all wrestling. This is not just Raw. I'm talking NXT, AEW, SmackDown. I want all wrestling to be enjoyable for all of us, you know? And I want to sit here and have fun when I talk about these shows. And that's why I kind of took a break, because I was like, I'm not going to post a high five video when I'm just like, Raw sucked, adios, you know. So I loved that SmackDown last night. Nothing, like, a lot of little things happened, but it was just a fun show to watch, and that's all we can ask for on a Friday night, you know. And number 5 is Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns have such a history, the two of them. If you go way back, and when they main evented Fastlane, back when Roman Reigns was just a puppy. And they had an amazing match, by the way. But I've loved the story that's being told here, and I liked Daniel Bryan's attitude. There was just a couple of things that didn't make sense. I'm not gonna sit here and just kiss SmackDown's butt the whole time, you know. I can tell you that I felt there was a couple of things that didn't connect with me last night. Number 1 is, why was Edge so cranky? I feel like if Edge is the ultimate opportunist, he should have helped Daniel Bryan win, because you probably want to go against Daniel Bryan than Roman Reigns. In addition to that, he was a hypocrite, because 2 weeks ago when he was like, or last week when he was backstage, he stopped and talked to Daniel Bryan, and I remember popping for the moment of them talking about the possibility of them facing each other. So he's okay with Daniel Bryan winning the title shot at Elimination Chamber, but he's not okay with Daniel Bryan getting a title shot at Fastlane. I don't know, it just didn't feel like it clicked with me the way that Edge was acting last night. And also, I just think that Daniel Bryan has lost a lot, and I don't want him to lose any credibility, because he's still like one of the best, if not the best wrestler in the world. But because he has lost to so many people recently, when Jey Uso stepped up and said, no, you gotta get to the back of the line, Uso, I agreed with him. You know. So yeah, outside of that, I really enjoyed Roman Reigns coming out at the end of the show, and Bryan kind of got the upper hand, but then of course the numbers game. Jey Uso helped, and I loved Roman Reigns' sinister smile when he had him in the show call. I thought that was really, really great. But other than that, I really enjoyed last night's episode of SmackDown. Did you guys like it just as much as I did? Or maybe was I just in a good mood? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. What did you guys think of last night's episode of SmackDown? Did you like it? What were your favorite moments? Are you excited for Bianca and Sasha? What do you think of Apollo Crews' new promo? Let me know, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. And until next time, guys, adios. Mwah.
Yeah, Demon Diva, quite the screamer. Cursing, tease ya, hurting, please ya. Spot her out in any of y'all arena. Break the meter, get way too excited, watch her boot up. If the lady good, she get lady wood until you know who we can suit up. I get a girl, it's a low, wrestling down at the rope.